Welcome back. Let's talk about chapters 9 and 10. And again, this week we have two chapters to cover. I believe if you look at the syllabus, you'll see that this is the last week I do that to you. It's just that chapters 9 and 10 I think fit back to back. Chapter 9 is on color and chapter 10 is on lighting. And I hesitate to do the negative side of this, but if you don't do the two right, you're really going to hurt your display and your product. So let's look at chapter 9 real quick. On page 144, we start talking about the dimensions of color. There's three of them. I forgot what the three are, so you have to look at page 144 and figure that out for yourself. Now, on page 145, we start talking about the color wheel. And we're going to jump around a little bit. We're going to jump all the way back to page 159, where the example of the color wheel is at. So if you'll run back there, it's color plate 9. The color wheel is based upon the three primary colors. And I forgot what the three colors are. You'll have to read that couple paragraphs to find out what the three primary colors of the color wheel are. We talk about color harmonies, split complementary and double complementary colors over on 147. On 149, we talk about the neutral ingredients. I would definitely read that. That's interesting stuff right there. Choosing a color scheme. Over on page 150, we talk about www.colormatters.com. It's actually a pretty good website. It's worth going out to just to go through it and see what's going on. If you're thinking about marketing, visual merchandising as a career, it's a good website to keep in the back of your mind. And then over on page 150, well, starting on page 150, we talk about the psychology of colors. And then 151, we talk about warm and cool colors, how blue and green are considered cool colors, red, orange, and yellow are warm colors. And then just below that, we talk about advancing and receding colors, and you'll see some of those same colors coming into play there. And then on page 151 at the bottom, we start talking about the emotional effects of color. Obviously, color can dictate to a certain degree emotions. It goes on to talk about how red is the color if you want to arouse the senses. Orange is a warm color that when darkened to rust gives an earthly feeling. Blue, the favorite color of most people, suggests coolness and serenity. Green is an excellent choice for restful settings. 152, they talk about purple and yellow. And then right in the middle of that top part, it talks about the neutrals, black, white, tan, and gray. It's a good paragraph to look at. A lot of good information right there. And then on page 158, if you go with me to page 150, it's not 158 though, it's going to be just the back of the chapter with all these color pictures. They don't come with page numbers. It's the one just before page 159. It's the one with the American flag hanging there with a flower arrangement right there. Would that generate any emotion from you based on its colors? So take a look at the flag in that color picture. The back of the back of chapter 9 with the color pictures, we start getting into some real good colors. This is what I was talking about last week, which would have been 2 weeks ago, when you were taking pictures of those displays, and we had a lot of Valentine displays. The use of color can generate a whole lot of emotion and hopefully purchases. But take a look at those color pictures and see what the color is doing within each picture. And then chapter 10, we get into the lighting. Page 162, 163, we start talking about the introduction and the principal lighting requirements. The requirement for lighting is fourfold: to attract attention, generate interest, create a comfortable ambiance, and provide compatibility with its identity. If the lighting doesn't do that, you've missed the mark. Again, the assessment of lighting needs on 164. At the bottom of page 164, we have table 10-1, general lighting according to retail classification. For example, supermarkets, you want fairly high lighting. Warehouse operations, again, very high. But look, boutiques and art galleries, you want very low lighting. On page 165, we start talking about light sources, and it goes for several different pages. Please look that stuff over. And then on page 173, the table 10-2 talks about common lighting terminology. This is a great chart, a really good chart to go over, and maybe just make a copy of it, and if you're interested in doing visual merchandising, keep this in your portfolio somewhere. And then over on page 174, we talk about chapter 10, key points of the chapter. A little reminder, at the end of every chapter there's the key points. These are some good things to look over. Alright, hopefully that explains chapters 9 and 10 fairly rapidly. I'm going to try to get in here under 6 minutes. So look for another video talking about your assignments. Thanks.